Hello, everyone, and welcome to Birth Your Vision podcast. It's amazing to see you all here today on this platform. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you are watching me for the very first time, I want to say welcome to you as well. And yes, it's a fantastic way to kind of meet as many of you as possible to be able to join us in our conversation today. And so, if you are joining for the first time, the goal of this podcast is to give you resources, especially for female business owners and aspiring female entrepreneurs who are looking for ideas, direction, support, and advice on how to start a business and transform their vision or even their ideas into a successful, profitable business. So, every week you will hear candid interviews with remarkable women and men who have turned their visions into a successful business. And so we are also celebrating the Global Entrepreneurship Week. We are taking it into December. And so welcome to a new month. So this season, we will be interviewing remarkable business leaders and entrepreneurs around the world. So today, I am so thrilled to welcome Yemisi Obitayo, a businesswoman who has extensive experience in the business sector. She has worked with both startups and established brands in business development, sales, multi-channel product distribution, and marketing. Close contacts have regarded her as the amazing, pragmatic, focused, and excellent at business results. She has a track record of increasing sales and growing the bottom line, as well as championing operation reforms to drive productivity at a lower cost in one of the previous organizations she worked in. She has a large network of e-commerce, fintech, and SaaS business partners. She currently works as the head of business at Awabah, and so she's going to be sharing with us her experience on how she was able to successfully drive business into the emerging economy. So without further ado, welcome to Birth Your Vision, Yemisi. Let's get started. How are you? Hope you're
Thank you,
well.
Anna.
You are welcome. Great to see you.
Good to be here too.
Thank you so much. And I hear from someone that this is the first podcast that you've actually been invited to. So welcome. How are you
Yeah,
feeling? I hope you're not nervous.
a little. I
Okay.
suppose it's expected.
Yeah, absolutely. A bit of nerves is not too bad, but you're going to be fine because I'm going
Oh,
to hold your hand all the way through to the end. So welcome. It's great to see you. I hope you've had a great day. I hope you've had a productive day as well.
yes, I have. I just came back from a book launch by a woman to
Oh,
learn
wow.
how to launch a successful business. So yes.
Oh, that's amazing. Excellent. Great stuff. So I'm really excited to kind of dive into, the world of business and how you actually became, interested in starting a business. So basically, what really motivated you to step into the business world?
Okay. Thank you, Anna.
You're welcome.
Um, After I graduated, my search for job drove me to go into business. I found myself in the banking sector, and I had to drive business for the bank or go home jobless. So that motivated. So it was I gave myself it's either you win or you win. So I gave it my all, and within 3 months, my portfolio grew outstandingly. So I mean that was the drive, that was a push, and from there it was just an upward spiral to greatness.
Fantastic. So how did your portfolio, grew to a great space? Because many people may be watching and thinking, but what did you do to get your portfolio to definitely get to the place whereby people are able to see you and source you as a great business leader?
Okay, thank you. One thing I've realized in business is your customers, your audience, those you're selling to, they want to see empathy. So far you are able to put yourself in their shoes and say, will I buy this service? If I will not buy this service, how do I sell this service to me to make me buy it? So once I'm able to convince myself to buy that service, I've already sold to one person because I can tell you for a fact I'm a hard person to sell to. So once I can convince myself, oh, this product, yes, I need it, and I think I will buy if I'm in this person's shoe. So I put myself in the place of every customer that I'm about to approach, every B2B, every B2C that I'm about to approach, and say, "Oh, what value is in this service, is in this product for these customers, and how would they accept it?" And I find out that doing that even before I approach the market helps me to prepare about 90% even before getting to the market that I want to sell to.
Okay, fantastic. So that means that you're somebody who is very resourceful. You understand the market. You are
Yeah.
even someone who's quite hard to sell to because you know exactly what you want. And it's so
Yeah.
important that we understand exactly the kind of products we want, the kind of services that we want, and how we want to be treated as customers, which is very, very vital. So thank you so much for that. And yes, I know that you are the head of business in an amazing company. Okay. And so I wanted us to kind of talk a little bit more about the company. So please, can you describe your position and the Awabah organization to us so that people can understand what the organization does and what is your
Okay.
position within that company?
All right. Thank you. So I'm currently the head of business for our bar. I've held previous head of business roles in about five different organizations, and this is my fifth head of business role. So what we do at our bar is we're trying to digitize the pension industry, especially in Africa. Right now in Africa, pension payments is still about, it's like 15 years ago banking. So the way banking used to be, where you had to take the teller to the bank to deposit money, where you had, so that is currently the way the pension industry is. So what our bar is doing is that we're trying to digitize the whole pension process, assessing your pensions, making payment for your pension, making your contribution. I mean, leveraging on your pensions to do a few other things like mortgage, access to credit, and also our bar is trying to digitize that process for Nigeria and Africa as a whole.
Okay, that sounds very much interesting and is definitely very much up to date to how
Yeah.
the world is now a digitalized place. Most things are online. What we're doing right now is currently an online platform where I'm able
Yeah.
to see you, right? Which is really amazing. But how are you educating those people who are not very tech savvy, who do not understand how to
Yeah.
use technology to be able to access the services that Awaba provides?
Okay. Thank you. So this is a very good question because we have a focus on micro pensions. There's something called micro pensions, that this is for the informal sector, for those that are not tech savvy, for the local community tailor, the cobbler, the market woman. And we realized that the best way to get these people to be financially included is that once they trust you, just as I said earlier, once they trust you, they'll do business with you. So we
Mhm.
just got agents amongst them. Let's say, let me cite an example. A market leader. Every trader in the market trusts a market leader. So what I need to do is to convince the market leader that this is a product, this is how to assess it, this is how it works. And I leave the training and education to her because she knows the best approach to preach it to our people. And aside that, we know now that with on your mobile phone, every almost 90% of us, both old and young, use a smartphone. And we know that one of the most used app is WhatsApp. So now we realize that my mom sends me WhatsApp messages every day to pray for me, right? So these old people, these non-tech savvy people, these not really needed people use WhatsApp. So we have built a WhatsApp bot so that they can do all these things on the WhatsApp, and
Okay.
also through agents who they trust in their local community.
Oh, fantastic. That's really good because what you're doing is you're positioning people, giving
Yeah.
them a role to play within the community to help them, to help others, especially those who are not technology savvy, who do not even understand how to use a phone. And it's so important that you're using the WhatsApp platform, which is quite straightforward once you have somebody who can guide you and support you through it, which is very important. And I love the fact that you've created an opportunity, which is almost like a job in a way, to be able to put an agent within that locality to help them and train them So it's almost like training the trainer. You train the agent to also
Exactly.
train them,
You
right? To
get
be
it.
able to
Yes.
become more digitalized, especially in this kind of age that we're living in, leaving the old behind, but really investing in the new. Excellent. That sounds really amazing. It looks like Awabah is a great company. And,
Yes.
you've already told us about the kind of things that you do and in terms of the people that you serve. So that's really great. And so, how has your journey been as the head of business within Awabah? How has that journey been for you? Have you had ups and downs? Have you had positives? Experiences? Have you achieved the level in which you want to achieve, or you're still working to attain them? So tell us the process in terms of how you've enjoyed being the head of business at Awabah.
Thank you. So initially, when I got into Oba, first of all, the micro pension space is a space a lot of people do not even believe in, because they feel that because micropension, the way micropension works is it's a voluntary contribution to your pension. So they believe that the normal person, the normal middle income earner who has a 9 to 5, would not want to pay their pension in the first place. So now I have given you the advantage of paying your pension by yourself. They might not want to pay. But I didn't see this light. I didn't see it in that light. I saw it as these people being given opportunities they didn't have, opportunities that people they look up to, people, I mean, the people in the formal sector have opportunities of loans, of pensions, of medicals, have and tell, I mean, I had to deal with educating. I had to educate those in the informal sector on how it works, how it's going to benefit them. And by the way, they have the fear of having to put their money in the bank where they have to go through procedures and processes before they can get this money out. So I had the challenges of having to educate them. That's one. Secondly, I had the challenge of getting influencers within the community that will train others to trust and use the service. Then I had a challenge of penetration, of having to penetrate a new state, a new locality, of having to tell, oh, this is how this works. Who are we going to meet in this community? And sometimes you get threats in communities. We don't want you. We've had people like you before coming here and they go with our money. And you, especially in Africa, which is regarded as the emerging economy, the little that people make, they want to keep it to themselves and they don't want you to come and take from it. So you have to do a whole lot of convincing to tell them that I am taking your money so that I can give you more in future and you can be secured. So those were some of the challenges that I faced as the head of
Yeah,
business at
they
our.
definitely sound like challenge, to be quite honest, because it's about the mindset, isn't it? If you've been in a mindset whereby you've not really had the experience where you were able to trust, the community that you live in, and even the government that you live that are supporting you, is very, very
Exactly.
tough and is very
Yes,
challenging. So therefore, you're still going to be thinking in the past tense rather than the present, and it's all about the mind shift.
exactly.
And I could just
Yes,
imagine how difficult it was for you trying to
yes,
convince them, to let them know that there is a new system in place, there is a new way that we are doing things for your own benefit, for your future,
yes,
for you to
yes,
be able to gain a lot more if you start to put some in it at this moment, which is very, very vital. So I'm happy that you're able to, overcome that, because, when we do um, go into business, or when we are the edge of an organization, there are challenges from left, right, and center. But what really
yes,
makes you stand out is how you're able to manage that, how you're able to overcome it, what solutions you're bringing in to be able to, be seen as the outstanding leader. So well done for being able to do that. And I know that the road is still, a long way to go, but at least you're putting
yes.
things in
It's
place,
still a
right?
work in progress. Yes,
Absolutely. You're still putting things in place. So that's
yes,
really, really great. Awesome stuff. So it really sounds like Awaba is a great company to work for and to also be in. And so, just looking at you at the moment in terms of your abilities. So, what abilities did you already possess that you felt actually aided you in the progress as a businesswoman, in terms of the skills you had before you decided to embark on your journey as a businesswoman?
okay. Thank you. First of all, I'll say empathy.
Mm.
Empathy. The
Yes.
fact that I've had empathy for a while and I know how to use it. That empathy has given me the soft skill of empathy has helped me a lot. And the the fact that I always look out for solutions that will make life easier for people. So that also motivated me to say, oh, I think I can use this skill of making things happen for people. And the fact that I've had to run several businesses in different sectors. I've worked in the banking sector, I've been in the real estate sector, I've been in e-commerce, I've been in oil and gas. So what I look out for is how to create solutions. The fact that I have a solution creating skill has also helped me to scale in this role. So I'm able to look out for empathy, create solution, and how to leverage opportunities and also create opportunities for all of this to happen.
Fantastic. That sounds like great skills. Having a problem solving skills is definitely
Yes.
important. That's what we need in the world, isn't it? If there is a
Yes.
problem, how can you solve it? We need solution driven strategies. We need solution driven opportunities to be able to help us to, solve the problems and the challenges of this world. And that's how many of us were able to provide, a food on the table. And because we have that problem solving skills and we can turn them into a profitable business, isn't it?
Yes.
And so that is so important. Absolutely, definitely. So, on the topic of today, it's about emerging. And so, if you can just please share your experience on how you were able to successfully, drive business into this emerging economy at this present moment.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Um, I would just like to say a little bit about the emerging economy. A lot of foreign investors or businesses see having to establish their branches or businesses in the emerging economy as non-profitable because there's no financial facility in the first place to even patronize them. But I'll say that it's a little bit wrong because the emerging economy is easier to convince. That I will put it that way. Unlike the civilized economy in Europe, UK, and all, where everyone is exposed, you have every facility you need at your fingertip. But here there is scarce resources. There is this is we know that finance is scarce, technology is scarce. It's not as advanced as the way it is in markets that have emerged. So it's easier for them because it's scarce. So you bringing those products to them, they want it. They want to access the same way you have access to micro pensions in the economy. I also want it here in Africa. The same way you have access to credit, I also want that same access here in Africa. The same way you want access to free health, we also want it here. So the fact that the need for it, the need is already there. So once I come, I just the fact that we're able to feed that need easily makes it even a more success.
Mm, absolutely. So, what are the things that you've actually done um, as a businesswoman to impact this emerging economy currently?
Thank you. So for I'll go inside an example. I'm going to cite a few examples. We
Yeah.
have we have different association of informal workers. So what we do is to partner with them, educate them. This is how to manage your finances. If you put this aside for the future, we give them financial literacy. We also put them on the path to assessing health at a reduced rate. I mean, at about 95% lower than they would have assessed it if they went for those care directly. So, I
Mm.
mean, I've been giving them access to all of these things that they were not able to get before, has helped us to impact their lives, especially those communities where they were limited.
Awesome. So it's about education, isn't it?
Yes.
It's about raising awareness, allowing people to understand that this is what is
Empowerment.
available.
Yes.
This
Yes.
is what
Yes.
we can support you with, because it actually enables empowerment. Is like an empowerment tool. You're empowering somebody to learn about
Yes.
their micro pension, to understand how the system works, to understand that there is support in place should they need the support, and to give them the guidance. It's almost like you're holding their hand, just like you
Yes.
said, creating a way to have an agent within those communities to help them, positioning them so that they can actually be the voice and also support them to get through to the end. So that's really great that you're using those tools to actually help your community to emerge, because I think it's so important. Raising awareness and understanding how the emerging market works is
Yes.
definitely crucial in the rise, to actually help the economy to definitely grow. So in terms of mentors and coaches, and sometimes we do need that, especially when we're starting out. And I know that you had a starting point, and you had that kind of flair for business, and I just wanted to know whether you had a mentor or even a coach or even a trusted advisor in the beginning of your journey.
Okay. Thank you. When I started on my journey in business, what really motivated me was seeing other successful women and seeing them. I could see myself in them, and I believed that, oh, if this woman can achieve it, I think I can do that. So I mean, today I look back 10, 15 years ago, and I'm like, I used to look up to people in here. Now I'm here.
Yeah.
Now that I'm here, I'm looking up to people who are far ahead of me again. So that keeps me motivated. As I'm saying, a woman doing it and making it ahead of me, I look up to that person and say, "Oh, very soon I'm going to get here." So that's what basically motivates me, not a single person.
I really like that. It's almost like you're saying the power of visualization. You saw a
Exactly.
visual representation of who you wanted to be, and you decided to tell yourself that I'm going to manifest this because I myself I'm destined for greatness,
Yes.
and it's amazing that the power of visualization, it's so underestimated, because when you visualize something, it comes to pass,
Mm.
especially when you pray about it and you focus on it and you
Yeah.
work on it, you take
Yeah.
actions. You've had to take some actions to be able to get to your position at the moment. Being the head of business at a great company is not easy. It requires a level of determination, focus, commitment, and also perseverance as well. And also obviously your skills that you're bringing to the table. Everybody must bring something to the table. What have you got to offer? I'm sure they saw that you were fit for the job, and this is where you are at the moment. So the power of visualization is so important. And so for those who are listening to us today, we just want to encourage you that no matter what you feel that cannot be possible, always be rest assured that when you focus your mind and when you believe in yourself, that things will definitely come to pass. So it's about writing it down and also praying over it and definitely taking the right action. And that's what my guest today has done. She's prayed over it, she's manifested it, and now she has become it. So well done. And, it's really commendable in terms of what you've achieved so far. So, what advice would you provide to someone who wants to pursue a profession in the same field as you? What would you tell them?
My advice to someone who is pursuing a profession in business is to go for it. There is always a need to be met. Always look out for that need to be met. Always look for that loophole that no one has tapped into. Always look out for opportunities. Opportunities will always present itself. Take hold of it.
So true. Absolutely. Opportunities are everywhere, aren't they?
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes knocking at your door. The question is, are you in to open the door for the
Yes.
opportunity?
Yes.
And sometimes you have to go and search for the opportunity, right? Because you want this. You know that every time you sleep, you wake up, you dream, you breathe this, whatever it is that you want to become, right? And I know
Yes.
that many of us, we want to become the very best version of ourselves. And sometimes the opportunity come for you to be that best version of yourself. And sometimes you have to go out and search and show people that actually I'm good at this, and offer yourself and offer some free services until people can understand that actually there is a skill that you have that is needed within this organization. So the power of opportunity is definitely there, but you've got to make sure that you are available when it comes knocking. And I just wanted to look at the comments. I just wanted to see what people are saying. So someone said, "Well done, Yemisi. Your words are quite inspiring and encouraging. Keep winning. Excellent." And that is from one of the wonderful guests who's listening today. So do leave your comments. If you have any question for my guest, let me know and I'll be able to ask her as well. So excellent, brilliant stuff. So now, so what books have actually helped you in terms of beginning your career? So, are you someone who reads books, or you prefer audio, or you prefer to listen to motivational speaker? What has helped you along the way, really, to become the businesswoman that you are today?
Thank you. I am a person that listens to a lot of motivational speakers, especially Christian motivational speakers. When we have loads and loads of Bible references to guide you in business. There's a lot of it. I mean, there's a lot of lessons to learn from the Bible, and I tend to listen to a lot of Christian motivational speakers.
Fantastic. Is there a particular one that you like to listen to? If you want to share that with us.
Yeah, in Nigeria, I um I really do not have a role model. There's a reason for that. Yes, I really do not have a role model. I've decided I want to model after God's direction and all. But then there are a lot of women that I look up to that have achieved a
Yeah.
lot, and I see them and I'm happy about their achievements. I want to be like them, but not necessarily model after their steps and all. So we have the likes of Wokio Joybiala in Nigeria. So I look up to her a lot and I hope to attain what she has attained to in her career and business.
Okay, awesome stuff. Yeah. It's really funny that you said that you don't really have any particular role models, because sometimes we always feel like many people have role models. And I
Mm,
really like what you said. It's like you're inspired by people, but you don't
yeah,
necessarily want to be like them. Does that make sense? It's almost like I'm inspired by what you do, but I'm inspired by myself. I
yes,
inspire
yes, you're
me.
right, you're right. I mean,
So I
I'm inspired by
understand.
the next version of me, the next version of me. That's what inspires
Yeah,
me.
I'm inspired about the next future of me, who I'm going to be
Yeah,
like, and what that looks like. I'm yet to unravel that. I'm
yes,
excited about the future of who I'm becoming and who I'm stepping into. And so I'm inspired by others, but I'm truly inspired by myself and the next level that I'm stepping into. So yes, I do get that, definitely. So there's another wonderful comment here. Someone said, AMC, your confidence is hot. Excellent. Okay. And I think there's a question here is, where do you see as the peak of your career?
quite tricky.
That's a really great question, actually. So, where do you see
Yeah.
yourself in terms of, let's say, in the next 5 years? And what does that look like? What is the peak for you?
Okay, thank you. The moment where I create solution for the moment where I create solution for how do I put it? This is a really tricky question. I did for a lot of a community, right? Open the door for a community. Like I used to tell a lot of people that I see a gap in children, the street children not having where to go to, then they becoming, we call them area boys here in Nigeria. And so I hope to open a tech community for them and bring all these children that have been condemned to begin to do different innovations. And I know that we have different bodies that does that all around the world. Then we can have organizations like Mercedes can teach them how to make cars. We can have the likes of Microsoft teach them how to do this. I mean, then it could become an innovation city for solutions for, children that have already been condemned. So that's where I hope to end my career.
Fantastic. That sounds
And
really
of course, those
amazing.
innovations can be sold for money. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think that's a really great idea. And I do pray that you do achieve it because I think that there is a need.
Amen.
There is a need for young children who are not able to have a steady guardian, parents in the house,
Yes.
and there isn't any support for them. And I think there is a need for people to rise up and to support those young children in any
Yeah.
community and in any capacity that you're able to do so, because I feel like children are the generation, they are the future. And so, whatever we can do to help them, to support them, to create an opportunity for them to be the best that they can be, I think it's such a great thing to do. So I definitely seal that for you, and I will look out for when you do get to that level. And yes, we should celebrate that for sure. Awesome
Yes.
question. And then there's another one. Do you think marriage hold women back from attaining certain heights in their career? I personally don't. However, it depends, doesn't it? It depends on the kind of relationship that you have. It depends on the kind of situation your lifestyle is. So, for example, if you are in a relationship with somebody who is very understanding, who is very supportive, then there's an opportunity for you to attain greater heights in your career because when you look back, you know that there is somebody to lean on, right? You know that there is somebody to hold your hand to support you, whether you want to go back to university, whether you want to start a business at some point in your life, whether you want to acquire new skills, and you know that there is somebody there as a partner to support you. I think sky is not even the limit.
Exactly.
That is my take on that. What is your take in terms of, do you think marriage holds women back from attaining certain heights in their career?
No, I don't think so. I even think it's an extra hand for me. I could be doing it alone, but now I have help. So it's even a motivating factor for me to want to do more because there's somebody that I can rely on to have my back, even when I don't have
Yes.
anybody. So it's just two for the price of one. There's somebody supporting me behind,
Yeah.
say, oh, cheering me and say, go ahead, I believe in you, you can do it. Even before any other person sees the vision, even before hears the vision, even before whatever I want to do comes to light, he already sees this, he encourages me. This is how I think I should go about this. And I think that partners should we should be with a partner that will encourage you to do a lot more and be the best version of yourself.
Absolutely, so true. Because I think when you have support in place, it makes life a lot easier. Having a network
Yes.
of support in place is definitely easier. Definitely. So we're going to spice things up a little bit. Just wanted to ask you two fun questions. Okay. So the first
Okay.
one is, who would you choose to be coached by and why?
Hmm. I mentioned Ukonjo. I think I would like to be coached by Ukonjo Wiara
Okay.
because I mentioned her because she has gone far in her career and where she is today, I would like to be there. And I know another thing that comes with mentors is that as they mentor you, they give you guidelines on how to go on how the next steps that they have taken, the mistakes that they have made that you shouldn't make again. So I would like to be coached by her because I look to being being in an organization that has world power like the World Bank where she is currently.
Mm, okay, awesome. So if she's hearing you, I hope she will get in touch with you or you get in touch with her so that you can be coached by her, because the idea is that we take actions on those things that we say on the show.
Okay.
So whatever you want to do in terms of being coached by
Okay.
somebody, make sure you take the right action. Perhaps, invite her or maybe go to one of her events and see how you can make that happen. And I look forward to that coming to life actually. Awesome
Yes.
stuff. And then the next question around that is that what is the best advice you have ever been given?
The best advice I've got: do what makes you happy. If it makes you happy, just do it. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's it.
If it makes you happy, just do it. Because I think
Yeah,
that's so important, isn't it? What's the point of doing things that doesn't make you happy,
exactly.
right? It's important that you
Yeah,
do things that makes you feel good about yourself, things that makes you feel happy. And it doesn't really matter what somebody else is saying. As long as you're happy, that's all
yes.
that really matters. So I think that's a really good one, definitely.
Mhm.
Also, someone said, um, is Yemisi open to mentoring people soon?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay, awesome stuff. So we're going to be leaving your link there so that they can get in touch with you. And you're also going to be sharing your link with us as well, which is really great. So someone talks about, so what about the case of children and you are required to sit back a while, e.g., women who have weight to made partners and having kids. Okay, so did you understand that question?
No, I'd like you to take the question again.
Okay, let me just put it on there. So what about the case of children and you are required to sit back a while, e.g., women who have to wait to be made partners before having kids? Mm,
Okay. So what makes it against the woman who has to wait to be made? Okay, partners before having kids. Partners before, is it partners in the corporate world or okay. Um Now the world has evolved and we can get help, right? I, for one, I have a nanny that I strongly rely on. So while I'm out there doing my thing, I have a nanny that I rely on at home. My mom is there to check my kids for me. So you do not have to limit yourself in the corporate world because of your children. Because these same children will ask you in 20, 30 years and tell you, oh, so what were you doing all those and I'll tell them, oh, I was really taking care of you. which which I will still be doing by the way if someone else was looking for them why I was in the office. And of course, it's just 9 to 5. How many hours and I get back to them and we can catch up. By the way, I do a lot of catch up with my kids every day. We speak late into the night to catch up on their events during the day. So you don't have to stop yourself because you have kids. You don't have to let your kids limit you because they will not be limited by you. I mean, it's not even a good example to let your kids limit you.
definitely. And I think we all have different situations and different scenarios, different lifestyle. And so sometimes some
Yes.
of us we have access to a supportive network and sometimes we don't. And so for some of us who don't, it becomes very difficult for you to be able to manage work, manage the household, look after the children, and do all those things. But when you have support in place, it makes it
Yes,
easy.
of
It makes
course.
life a lot more easy. You're
Yeah.
able to, do the things that you wanted to do. You're able to be in places that you need to be in. And so, we all have different lifestyle, different scenarios. And so it's about just doing the best that you possibly can. And not everybody has the support. So sometimes it can be very difficult, definitely for sure. Excellent stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so Yemisi, how have you been able to manage being the head of business at Awabah and also a mother? I know you touched on that already, but maybe as a mother, that would be good.
Okay. Okay. Um, it's been easy for me because I I didn't let having a kids be a barrier. I saw it as a thing of joy, as an added value to the fact that I have a career. As I saw it as an advantage because I already have a job, I'm doing well. Then I have kids to support me to make me happy, even in times where I feel that, oh, this decision I'm taking is wrong. I get back home and there are people to cheer me and to say, oh, you're welcome. They don't even understand what I do by the day. But the idea to say, oh, you're welcome, this is happening, they report this. I mean, they take your mind off the day's work, they take your mind off the day's stress, and there's source of some stress relief for you. Even though sometimes it will not be because they come to report each other. He did this, she did that. I'm like, oh, I just had a terrible day. But on the light side, when you look at it and you get home, you take it, I mean, it helps you take your mind off work. The fact that you can balance family and your corporate life helps me to go along with it. The fact that I'm able to balance it.
Absolutely. I think motherhood and entrepreneurship is definitely um, two things that you have to try to balance. Sometimes we don't get it right,
Yeah.
because we're trying to be a loving mother to our children, and we're also trying to be the best that we can be at work for the managers as well.
Mm.
And also trying to look at how can I get a pay rise? How can I get to the top level? How can I, you know, work on my continuous personal development? And then when we get home, we need to also provide time for the children. We need to do homework
Yeah.
with them. We need to be there to listen to them and also show them love and care and nurture them and to support them. So I think motherhood and entrepreneurship, being a businesswoman or working, it's something that we have to find balance in. Some of us, we get it right, and some of us, we're work in progress. And so it's about just trying to see the best that you can do and to also balance. And if you have someone who you are in a relationship with your partner and they're very supportive, it really makes it work a lot more better. And also if you have a network of support in place as well, which is very important. So thank you so much for the questions. We had such an amazing, engaging audience who are definitely interested in many of the things we've discussed about today, which is really important. So, Yemisi, how can people actually reach you and get in touch with you? I know somebody mentioned about whether you're going to start mentoring people soon. And I know that other people want to know more about Awabah, where you work for. So, do tell us, how can people reach you? How can our audience actually get in touch with you?
Okay. My LinkedIn page is Yemisi Obitayo. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. I have an Instagram handle, Yemi Obit. You can connect with me. And I'm on Twitter too as Yemulanti. So yeah, you can connect with me on those channels. And I'll be
Awesome.
glad to mentor and communicate.
Brilliant. So I've left your LinkedIn details in the chat for any of our listeners who wants to reach you and also connect with you as well, which is incredible. And so I just want to say thank you so much. It's been a great conversation. I hope you've actually enjoyed yourself
Yes, I did. I did.
being there. Done really well. So how do you think you've done so far?
I think I didn't do bad for my first podcast.
Absolutely, absolutely. How did you find the whole process in terms of being on the show?
I like it because it helps to discuss your process, your growth. Then you look back and say, "Oh, I've been through this. This is how I've grown. This is how I've evolved." And so,
Yeah,
yeah, so it's
abs-
inspiring. Yeah, yeah,
absolutely. And I hope you've enjoyed the show as well.
yes, I have.
Absolutely. Awesome stuff. Brilliant. And so, just to wrap up the interview, I just wanted to ask, could you provide our listeners any inspirational words or even words of encouragement to help them to, realize their vision and also to take action?
Thank you. Where you are today is the least you will ever be starting from today. Where you are today is the least you will ever be starting today. So make efforts to always be the best of yourself.
Fantastic. That sounds like a really great, encouraging words. Where you are today is the least you will ever be. And that means that there is an opportunity for you to progress. You're not
Yes.
going to be in the same place you are today tomorrow, because there's going to be a progression in your life. There's going to be things that you're going to be taking action on to be able to get you to the next level. And everything that you need begins with you, isn't it? It begins with you, it starts with you. You have to take the action, you have to realize exactly what you want to do, and then you have to start now, because tomorrow is not promised. We're only here for a short while. So
Mm,
whatever you want
yes.
to do, make sure you do it now. Set your goals on it, meditate on it, manifest it, and pray about it so that you can actually achieve it. And there is nothing impossible for you. Make sure you visualize it and then adapt to it and also make it possible. So I want to say thank you to my amazing guest, Yemisi. Thank you for being on the show today. It's been really great to
Thank you,
have
Anna.
you. You are more than welcome. And also thank you to our amazing guests for joining us. Thank you so much for the engagement and all the wonderful questions on today's show. It's really an honor to have each and every one of you here. And so I would just like to say thanks for joining us on this wonderful episode of this podcast. And I truly appreciate your presence on this edition. So please remember to keep leaving us a great rating and review. And you can also subscribe to the podcast and also recommend it to your family and your friends. You can also get tickets to join us at this end of year Christmas extravaganza event. All the links will be in the show notes. And you can also follow us on social media and get some great digital products on our website. So until next time, thank you so much to Yemisi and to our lovely audience. Take care and see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Anna.